Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a calculator to manage kilt making, and we're focused on making pleats at this point, the folds in the fabric. We've done a lot of work to visualize them. Now we're kind of cleaning up some things around representation, I guess you'd say. All right, so we left off, and we had noticed that some things are values and some things can be doubles. And so we got gap, pleat, fabric, adjusted or absolute gap, and something else became doubles. And now we're going to try and see if we can make anything else be doubles. Oh, total fabric. Okay. Okay. Well, these ones that are values, it's going to be hard to not. So the trick with them is the values, things like this, you enter the value, you can do fractions and units and all kinds of things. We don't have our text formatter accepting. We don't have a way to make a simple fraction do this. Okay, now maybe that would be a good way to pursue it. I don't know. I feel it's like we're kind of ripping out stuff, and simplifying. Simplifying is good. Ripping out takes a little emotional release. Like we just spent 4 hours doing that. Why are we taking it out? But that's okay. So we've done the easy ones. That's why I'm stalling, I guess. Pleat type. Pleat validator. Interesting. I wonder if anybody else needs that. Let's see who uses this. I think it's probably just the display. Yeah, and some tests. Well, that could be a test on the validator as well as here. Let's make this. Let's inline this. So instead of designer.pleat type, we're going to say pleat validator gap measure of designer.gap. Take that out. Designer.gap. All right. So that is that's this message down here, box plate with gap. Okay. So let's run that. All right, this is a box pleat, so the message is there. If we change the pleat width, we'll get a gap. All right. Good. Well, let's run tests. And actually, this can become a test on pleat validator. Oh, we don't have tests for pleat validator per se. Okay. That's interesting. See who else calls this. Well, to me, that seems like pleat validator is missing some tests. Let's add that. Pleats. Let's do pleat validator tests.
Hey, 10-second rule. That's what kids are. I really do believe
All right. Okay, so let's find pleat validator again. Whoops. Val. Okay. And I want to focus on this. It just needs a double question mark. All right. Let's import EG test. And make this a test with that. Okay, so pleat validator, want gap message. I guess we could just call it gap message. Whoops. You think my own package. I can remember how to do it. Oh yeah, it's check. All right. Okay, so our inputs, let's put this on the side here. Okay, so if gap is nil, we expect type can't be determined. Oh, well, that test I just grabbed is doing all this, right? Was it PleatDesigner? Oh, this is really test gap message. Let's just move the test over. Okay, so, well, we can add nil. Nil, we expect type can't be determined. This test is working off the pleat size, but we're going to work off the gap size. Interesting, it can't guess that. Okay, if the gap is 0, minus 0.49. Let's put these in somewhat reasonable order. Greater gap decimals less than 0, but greater than minus 0.5. Okay, that should be box plate with gap. If it's less than minus 0.5, less than or equal, minus 0.5, expect military box pleat. Okay. 0.49. If on the positive side, box pleat with gap. Okay, okay, type can't be determined. Military box pleat. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other messages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the messages are different. This should be overlap. No, this should be gap. And this should be overlap. I kind of think maybe my borderline is on the wrong side. I think half an inch is probably going to happen enough. We should probably allow it. All right, let's run this test. Okay, now I'm going to change this test. I want 0.5 to be a box pleat with overlap, and 0.51 to be the military, and this to be the gap, and this to be the too large gap. That greater or equal, make that less or equal. This pleat validator dot gap message directly. Move boundaries slightly. Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem was with that nil test out. Maybe they just didn't fit the pattern in some of these cases. All right, so pleat validator. Now PleatDesigner. Guess I can close that and that. PleatDesigner. Okay. Nobody should call this anymore. Right, so let's take that out. And that. Okay. All right, well, that was the first one. All right, update count and width. I don't know, I'm just kind of... I'm looking at everything from scratch with kind of a jaded eye, I guess you'd say. I'm wondering about these errors. I think the way we're doing it now, if I make an error, let's make the set right. Well, 6 we use a lot. All right, if I do this 20.5, if I hit a dot, I want this to get a box around it, which should happen. I don't really need these to have a value when this is undefined. I'm not sure what we do now. Okay, this is fine. We disable it when it's not a real value. But I think because we're disabling now, we weren't at first. I think this was our substitute for that. So I'm going to run it with this gone. Okay, so needs required values. It's not an error. I don't think it's an anything at this point. I mean, I think the value is nil in effect from the way the parsing goes and all that. So let me run this again. I think we'll get the same behavior with no blow-ups. Whereas, you know, a month ago we would have had a blow-up. All right. It's kind of a slow startup. Okay, 20.5 point. Okay. Now, I think we tested this, I'm pretty sure. But the behavior is okay. Okay, there's one. Yeah, pleat when measures error. Pleat count. He's got a value of 0. I don't mind that. I mean, he's disabled, so no one's using him. All right, so I'm going to take that test out. Same thing. Pleat nil. Set error, sets pleat fabric to nil. Yeah, that should, and what did it come up? 0 again? Yeah. Take that out and take this out. Okay. I think that should pass. Well, I deleted test, so it's going to pass. All right. So remove error check on required variables. All right. Now this, we do use it in here, yeah. We also use it in the view, right? Well, we've got designer. I know validating text field looks at something. Oh, disabled flag. Yeah. Okay, only certain fields get that flag. Yeah, labeled content. Label. Adjusted hip style. No. Oh, here we go. Foreground color needs required value. Okay. All right. So okay, so hip, adjusted hip. Who uses this? I think that's only derivative value. Okay, so this one is a candidate to go to double. Right, and we use as double on these. Okay. And adjusted hip. Well, let's use. Any other complaints? I think a test would complain. Adjusted hip. Should not be a number. Or not a dot number, but it's just a plain old number. Nil's fine. Nil's fine. All right, let's check this. Ew. Oh, wait a minute. Where is this being used? Oh, it's really only being used for nil. Once it was adjusted on Designer. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh. I guess I want to back that out then rather than... Did I do this yesterday too on the same variable? Golly. All right. So we don't have a good way to present with our fractions yet. I think we could make one, and maybe that's the ultimate solution. Discard changes. And maybe that's, excuse me, I think that's kind of what we need to do. We did all this work to do the value formatter and value parse stuff. But I think we should do the same thing for double, and maybe we don't need the value one at that point. I mean, if the double took our fractions, 3.5/8 to mean 3 and 5/8, then we would have less and less need for value, at least on this part of the app. Okay, let's put that in the to-do. I don't know. I feel like I think maybe that's where we got to go. All right. Let's move this one up. Count an int. Okay, so I don't know about designer. We got that. No, I think we don't need to have that problem. All right, so let's look at pleat equations. Okay, now this one, we do have, we control this pretty tightly. So I think if we made count an int, we can adjust stuff for it. Yep. Okay. Now, there's going to be other places that care. Right. Pleat count equals equations, not count. Okay, we got to convert that back to double to work with value here. That's really the only one? Wow. Okay. Let's run tests. Some test has got to care. No. Okay. Make count an int in pleat equations. All right. Now, the reason we need to be a value here is, which I keep bumping into and forgetting about, is this parse and format thing. But I think if the view, I think the view should use a different tool for this. I think the right one is a stepper. All right. And number of pleats. Okay. I think we can make a tool that's a stepper. Title, value. Now there's a lot of possibilities. We don't need to do the editing changed or the increment decrement stuff. Value step, value format label, that might be nice. Okay, so stepper. Well, I don't know. There's too many choices. Title key and value. That's sort of the beginning one for it. Let's start there. Number of pleats, and the value is $designer.pleat count. Now, I don't know if he's going to like it. You'd think he would not like it, because it's the wrong kind of, yeah, value conforms to stridable. Okay, so if I take this one out, you know what? I'm going to create a different one. Let's rename this. I'm going to rename this pleat count old for a minute. Oh man, okay. I'm going to restart Xcode. Okay. Oh good, I put it back there. Visible. All right. Pleat count. Rename. Oh. Okay. Is it because I got a failure? Interesting. Okay, I'm going to call this pleat count old. And then we'll see if we can migrate and then delete. Okay. Pleat view. All right. Now let's make a pleat. Let's make a public var pleat count of int. And make him published. Well, I think let's just get the stepper working. All right. So this thing should be fine. Oh, what if I make him just an int? Start him off with a value. Well, that didn't change line length anytime recently. Something appears. There we go. Just slow. All right. Yeah, this doesn't put the value anywhere. That's annoying. I know I've seen ones that do. No, I don't need videos. Well, there's this one. Okay. Asia, yeah. Oh, he puts it separately. Okay, let's make an H stack. Okay, that's okay. I mean, I kind of would prefer the plus minus after it, but maybe this is more. I mean, they're all lined up together down here. All right. So now I want to get that stepper. I don't have to worry about the formatting because I'm not ever formatting. It's an int, and I'm never formatting it with our value stuff. So in principle, this should be the easiest one. All right. So I'm more or less claiming I don't need this anymore, which I can take out. I'll just comment for the moment. All right, now PleatDesigner. I'm defaulting it. Interesting. This is still adjustable, so this thing needs to be. I think I can do it down here, maybe. Disabled when designer dot needs required values. Okay, so I think I'm making it no longer adjustable. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and there's something. This probably needs to be up there too. Where's my stepper? Okay, section adjustable. Yeah, grayed out. Okay. We'll work on that presentation a little bit more later, but I want to get the designer working with it. All right, so what I want to do is find anybody using pleat count old and turn them to use pleat count. Pleat count should be equal to equations.count. I guess that, well, okay, test should still be running. I don't need to reset this per se. We'll see how we feel about that one. Okay, pleat count old equals nil. Well, that's never going to be the case. We're not going to let it be nil. It's just going to be a plain old int. Okay, pleat width. If we have a new width, we'll get a value. And this can become pleat count times pleat width. I guess this is going to be we'll have to convert that. Okay. Next. Where am I here? Pleat count old value, that's fine. Okay, so I guess we're saying did set we're going to do the same stuff, but I'm going to put this one off. Excuse me. All right, next, pleat count old value. Okay, total fabric. If needs revision, if pleat count will not be nil or error, pleat count, and then we'll need to still got to convert to double. Annoying, but all right. That's those. The rest are tests. Okay. I don't know. I think 10 is probably the right. Is just a default guess. Is probably okay. Let's see how this does. Okay, let's take care of this warning. Pleat width. Oh, we missed that. Okay. Pleat count equals nil, can't happen. Pleat count old equals error is also not happening. Okay. Pleat nil. Pleat count. Well, I think this one's irrelevant to this test. We're not going to worry about it. Okay. Because that one is not going to become nil. Pleat count fails when pleat width is missing. Width is missing. Pleat count. I don't think that's accurate. Well, we don't check for nil, but I think that definitely doesn't apply. Okay. Set pleat count to nil can't happen anymore. Now, I don't know. This is kind of trying to tell me something about making assumptions about these types or something. I don't know. It feels like the right thing to wrap them in their type expectation, but I don't know. We're having to change a lot of tests. Well, this one is kind of irrelevant. It's never forced to integer. It always is an integer. Pleat count nil. Okay, we don't care about that one. Okay, so now we're going to have to switch this in. Okay. If needs required value, okay, pleat count old, error. We don't care about those anymore. Come on. Okay, otherwise set to pleat count. I'm going to fix the type there. Okay. New count is an int. We don't need to do any casting or rounding. Okay, and then double count we still got to do. Okay. Have I missed anything? Right, this one goes away. Okay, let's find pleat count old. Right. Oops, update count and width. Let's do pleat count equals equations dot count. Oh, I did. Thought it looked familiar. Pleat count old. Let's take this out. Okay, and let's do that as text. Okay, those are all commented. Pleat count fails when hip measure is missing. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. I think those are not as relevant as they used to be. All right. Oh, thank you. Okay, thanks. All right. Yeah, everything passed. Great. Okay. Well, this is big. Let's run it and make sure it's still consistent. I mean, I sort of argued my way that they're legit. Six, 10 to let's do 30. Okay, 15.2, good. That's nice. Is that working out? 15.2 hip width adjusted hip. Okay, let's make it 31 because that makes it hard. And we'll go down. Oh, there was one. Okay, we can't quite get there perfectly with 2 1/16. It's just a little bigger. Okay, it's so little bigger we almost don't have to worry about it. Okay. Good. All right. Convert pleat count to an int. All right. Going back to PleatDesigner. Okay, let's clean up these. Pleat count old should not be referenced. Well, this thing is getting a little tighter. All right. Remove commented out code. All right, we're going to keep reading. Hips of values. Okay, those need our fancy formatting. Same for set, same for settsPerPleat. Pleat's fabric is set times settsPerPleat. Okay. If you change it, if you change this, but you needed required values, don't update anything. Okay. Kind of redundant. Pleat width equals nil, pleat width equals error. Okay, so let's see if we can make this is error go away. Or do we still need it? Okay, so we'll set 26 pleat width. Let's say it's 2.3 point. Too many of those. And the dependent fields go away. Okay. We can't determine the gap without a pleat width. That makes sense. Can't determine the adjusted hip size without a pleat width. Yes, that's true. Okay, so my hope is that this is just redundant and it won't behave any differently with that error clause missing. Okay, we started 20 and 6. Pleat width 2.5 point. Right. Yeah, so that didn't seem to affect anything. I expect there's a test that will break. Possibly. We had them for the others, so we may or may not. We don't. Okay. All right. So remove unneeded error check on pleat width. Gap. Okay. Again, I think if I cut this out, no gap. I don't think we're returning an error. I think it stays in the text field because of the way text field works. We weren't using that same mechanism before. So let's run tests. Again, there may be a test that was looking for this case, but okay, yeah, we didn't have one there. All right, let's just run, and we want to make a bad pleat width and make sure the gap doesn't blow up. I think we've already done that in effect. Okay, so 20. Okay, 2.5 dot. Well, there you have it. 0.5 dot. 0.2 dot. Okay. It does not worry about that case. Okay. This thing, somebody's using it. Text gap label. Okay. I think it's a little redundant, but so I believe we're in pretty good. Here's that extra number of pleats. Okay. What I need to do next. All right. Well, count it in. We did that. This is the 27th. Yep. Okay. Make PleatDesigner calculations use double. Okay, we did that. As much as possible is at least. How about where we don't need value style parsing? Okay. And do we need to check for error values? No. Did I lose something there? Just put it in the wrong place. All right, can we do a double formatter that handles fractions? So the thing keeping us from making all these values be doubles is the lack of a double formatter. Okay. Well, we did these two a couple days ago. We haven't got them fully working, I guess. I guess that's why I didn't do it. Overlaps. We did that one, I think. All right, let's go look at those. They were pleat. What are they? Okay, we got tartan drawing, box pleat drawing. Let's look at the preview. Okay, yeah, so we got our military pleats drawing, then our pure box pleat. And our box pleat with a gap. Okay, so I think that is done. And it really was done a couple days ago. I guess down here. All right, now let's make these more prominent in our actions. Pleat drawing for original hip and count. All right, so that we called pleat count drawing. All right, so we're going to do something like this. You give it the count, which is an int, which is handy, and it draws that. All right, now our goal, let's go back, was we'd like to lay that underneath our stepper, basically. And it should really be like number of pleats minus plus something like that. Okay, and then the hip is a field there. Okay, so I guess the thing I want to do first is this one. This is the closest to going. We want to make this editable box part of that. I think we'll put the message, the type underneath instead of on top. All right, so let's go to pleat view, and somewhere down here we have our message. Text, pleat gap message. Yeah, that's this. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now, how can we get this together? I guess what I want... Well, one thing that's weird to me, okay, we got this form, right? Or list or something. What is it? VStack with a form. And some stuff's in the form and some's out of the form, and I think that's screwing it up. Also, I'm not sure what the form gives us above the V-stack. I think that's this one. Well, he definitely formats a little nicer. Okay, well, I'll live with it for now. I'm wondering if I made this a list, what do I get? Is that really? Let's run that. Well, I'll tell you, something is better. We had, let's see, does the list end? I think we can put these things in the list. I think we can lose this and put this inside the list. Okay, maybe it's a new section. Not as compelling as I thought. Where did everything else go? Does this matter? It does. Ugh. Okay. Let's try this inside again. Let's make a new section. Okay, I'm liking that all right. This divider, I'm not sure what's producing that. Gap, colon, text. I don't think I need that padding. Now, is this thing really critical? Golly. Sure seems like it. All right, let's take this out. And I don't know, I can take these out too. I don't think they matter. Something's weird down here. Pleat validated gap message, font headline, multi-line alignment, centered. That does not look centered. All right, let's take out the box plate drawing. Whoops. And he is not centered. Why not? Yeah. Oh, it's a separate list item. You're right. Okay, but I still don't know why he's not centered. He's a form or a list? I think he's still a form. No, he's a list. Okay, but that was weird, right? I mean, he's the divider only started halfway across. All right, so let's put these in a V stack. Okay. Good catch. The width. Okay. I don't know what this is at the bottom. Do we still need that frame height? Like, I think that's the other stuff doing that. Why? Oh, so crazy. Do I have scrolling on this too? Yes. VStack. I don't think that's helping anything. Okay, let's run it. Height from geometry, yeah. But I don't know why you need that at all. Like the frame height should be the frame height. All right, let's clean out the stuff we've kind of effectively done. Okay. I'll leave the frame for a little bit, I guess, but it feels like it shouldn't be needed. And we're going to readjust all these controls, so I'm kind of hesitant to go too crazy. All right. Well, I guess we proved that didn't really matter. You know, list is already kind of like that. Okay, so test should be unaffected. A bunch of worthless error messages. Okay. So we rearranged components to put diagram in the form. Okay, I think let's take a break. What I want to do next is I want to make this whoops. I want to make this picture component. Well, the pleat width, I want that control to be right here, and I think, and then remove it from here. All right, so that'll be our next little problem. And then we'll introduce the new diagrams and see where we go from there. All right, 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll be back and take care of this. Welcome back. All right. So we have our box plate drawing. It's got this text at the top. I think we're going to get rid of that, but before we do, let's get that other thing in there. So where's my width? All right, let's look at validating text field. Oh my gosh. Has that got our labeled component in it? Yes, it does. Well, let's just try moving it in and see what happens. All right. Plate view. Want the plate width. We're going to move this in so it's on there. And plate drawing, we'll put it in the stack for the moment. I don't know how it's going to look. Yeah, does list build in a scroll view? Oops. Oh, it's not the look I want. But it's probably acceptable. All right, let's get rid of this, because that was going to be an output, and now it's not. So box plate drawing pleat text. Let's just take that out. While I'm here, this pleat is really pixels. I'm going to change the name. Pleat pixels. I don't know if it's really pixels, but it's closer to pixels than it is to a pleat. So pleat text is out of there. This should have adjusted. Okay. Okay, let's run it. Let's go with 3. Gap is too large. 0.2. Gap is that 19 13/16. A little small. I was wondering if that was possible. All right, I think that's looking okay. I'd like this to be more less labeled component like. I think we're going to move it away from the form aspect more and more. All right, but content wise, I think it's good, and this picture update is really kind of nice. 2 is a perfect one. 1.8 is overlap. Okay. So we've moved pleat width down with the pleat picture. We remove pleat text from the box pleat drawing. Oh, where'd the gap go? Oh, overlap doesn't get one. Gap does. Yeah. Okay, and then somehow it ought to be possible to animate, but all right, let's do, I got a couple little things. One, I'm going to call this section the pleat section. Okay, and let's follow up on that scroll view. I'm going to delete the bottom first. Yeah, good catch. All right, good, nice. Ah, good question. So we think it was the scroll view that wanted to know the height so it could know how much to make it scroll, but if it's just got its natural size in a list, we're hoping it's all right. Yes, you're right, that's better. No white space at the bottom. Okay, and Yeah, it's definitely improving. Okay. All that hip stuff seems like a bit much. Pleat, I spelled it correctly. Okay. Now let's go to this one. So we want I'd like to get the adjusted in there too. Oh, but I've got the gap twice, right? Gap is down here. Let's make sure it was updating before, so I don't think we need it. I didn't check if they're the same. 0.45, 0.45. Okay, so gap is not needed in this. Text option designer absolute gap. And the gap label. Okay. See, I'd like to get this hip size in there in the picture as well, but maybe I'll just need a new picture. Whoops. Let's make a new section. Oh, do I still have the plate width up here? Okay. I don't need that there either. Yeah, I mean, it may be a little playing around to get the. It'd be nice to show the hip size and then the adjusted hip size being a little bigger than the hip size if it needed to. All right, so remove extra pleat width field. I guess that was remove extra. But maybe just get them in and then worry about it. Okay, so number of pleats. We got our pleat drawing. Let's get that in. Count drawing. Pleat count drawing takes a count, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Let's move this one down. And then we want the hip. Well, maybe I should not worry about overlaying them just yet. I think if I just get the components in, I think that's progress. All right, let's run this. 12. Wait a minute. Did I not run? Oh, I gotta think about things differently now. 24. 6. Can I make this one taller? Okay, and then let's just that's about as many as you're gonna get. I've heard of people with 26s. So 26 1-inch pleats sort of implies a waist size of 52. You're getting up there. Okay, maybe there's 30. Whew. Okay. That with the line separating them looks a little big. Let's make that 2. All right. Yeah, that might be nicer, having it right there. Maybe the drawing needs both, I guess. Spacer frame height 10. Well, I think this might benefit moving up. I think that's better. And there's a way to put a stepper in a range. I don't know if that would be too obnoxious. Can't do that while that's there. Okay. 6, 20, 24. I don't think it's too annoying to adjust this. Normally you're just adjusting it by 1 or 2 up or down. Just trying to feel if there's a better look for things. I mean, that's really bad. Oh, that formatting on the gap is not right either, is it? Okay, we're gonna have to deal with that. What's this gap text? What are we doing in our pleat view? Okay. All right, so I think we've tweaked the drawing. And move the hip down. Oh, yeah, it probably does. I need to even yeah, one's obnoxious, but 0 is really getting out of hand. Let's run this and fix that. Okay, so 6, 20. All right, let's the gap shows the inches, that's fine, but let's blow up. Well, okay, yeah, don't do that. All right, let's get this in first. Improve pleat drawing. Move hip down to that section. All right. Where's that stepper? Okay, we got to find the right. I think it's. Is it in? Okay, can't go below 3. We're above 30. Okay, and that's gonna be, yeah, nobody uses 6 yards in back. It'd be like 15, 18 yards of material. It's a lot. Okay. Well, I'd like that slid up. I'd like this formatted better, but that's okay. Now, what would I call this section, right? Maybe this is pleat structure, pleat appearance. Pleat shape. Okay, I think that's a better word. And let's call this section pleats. Did not take. Oh, I named it wrong. I think we'll take this one out. Okay. All right, so this is required. Well, that should be tartan. Pleats, pleat shape, and then I'm going to move that total fabric down. Adjusted hip we'll want to pull in at some point, but we'll save that. Yeah, okay, so limit range for number of pleats, rearrange sections. Okay, let's do that last one. Tartan. Okay, we still have set and settsPerPleat. We need the tartan drawing. I don't know if we gave ourselves any parameters on that. Not really. Okay. Oh, count. Count. Yeah. Not, oh, there it is. Stripes.count. No, that's stripes.count. Okay, it's a leftover. Okay. Let's breathe this. Okay. Put a tartan drawing here. Well, I guess we'll have to put him in a frame. I don't think it would be terrible if he just had his own opinion about that. No. Okay. Huh. I thought padding would put spacing in. Okay, well, let's... Spacer. I think I gotta let rid of it. Yeah, spacer. I don't really want that space there. Putting it everywhere but where I want it. Let's, oops, tartan. Oh. Did we play around? Sure enough. I'm really confused. Yeah, maybe so. That makes it that wide. The offset says bump it up. It's offset CG size width divided by proxy width divided by 6. Height 0. Well, that makes me think if I did padding bottom ridiculous value 150. Okay. Well, I don't know what my problem is really. What's going on? That actually looks like enough space underneath it. The box drawing is funny. I'll definitely grant you. Let's take this off and this off. Oh, well, frame height 75 when I've already made it 100 feels like a bad move. And maybe put that on the other. Maybe this is the one that should dominate. Okay, and if I take this off, Yeah, so I think the problem was I made the interior color thing 100 and then the frame was only 75, so it only grabbed 3/4 of the way down. Actually, not even 3/4 of the way down, including the dimension line. And then padding it didn't even uncover the rest of it. So I think that's okay. Set. Now, I don't know if these need to be in a V-stack as well. Okay. Now this one, I think the pleat count drawing. Well, I'm not going to fool with it because it's going to change as we overlay controls and stuff like that. But I will put this in a V-stack. I maybe abusing that slightly, I don't know. Okay, let's run this. Okay, set, hip, adjusted hip size. All right, let's. This is enough to criticize. All right, let's make sure everybody's still passing. Okay. Well, okay. I think the one I want to change is this settsPerPleat. I'd like to move this down, actually. I think if it stretched below it, it would be more explanatory. And also, I think that thing should become more of a double as well. So maybe that'll be enough challenge for one set here. All right, so I think let's put the text of the, let's put text the wording of that did not appeal to my wife. settsPerPleat. Let's try it like this. PleatDesigner.settsPerPleat. I don't mind it for us, but first member beast. All right, I'm going to put that on pause. So what I want is a slider. $designer.settsPerPleat. One to two, step 1/4. All right, let's do this. Let's just get a look at it first. I'll call it steps in pleat just to make it a little easier. Failed to build. I do want that. I can't tell. Is that my accent color? It is. Well, that's something. I don't think you get a lot of control on the coloring and stuff like that on these lines. Okay. But this has to be let's see what formatting we can do on a stepper. Actually, I'd probably call it style. I can give it a background. I don't really care about that. I'd like to be able to modify that. So why is he not... Why is he not... Oh, it's 1 to 2. Well, it's not 1. It's really a half, isn't it? It just doesn't seem right. One should be there. 3/4, half. I shouldn't be allowed to go to there. Thumb tint color. Oh, I do have thumb tint color, huh? Cool. Define on UI switch. I know you had it in UI kit. I remember doing some exercise where you replace the thumb with some custom shape, but I don't think it's liking this. Slider is November. I guess we could let the IDE tell us. Oh, some Swift UI view. I think this is one I saw before. You can only set the tint or the background color. Yeah, there's tint color. Oh, that seems different. Or it seems the same. It doesn't seem right. Or you can turn it into the UI. Lots of Swift UI components use an underlying UI kit component. But oh, okay, this one you can use a UI kit slider instead of a Swift UI slider. What are they doing here? With colors, oh, it's on the UI slider view. Yeah, I'm not willing to. I'd rather not mess with that. It's probably a weakness. And custom sliders, which is even worse because then your accessibility stuff doesn't know what you're doing unless you really go out of your way to tell. Okay. Set thumb. Well, okay, yeah, I can do it on a custom. All right, so I think what they're telling me is default, add a background, change the tint color. I'm not sure what changing the accent color does. But we have an accent color in our app, so I think it picked that up. In 0. So what's funny here is I kind of want the slider to show 0 to 2, but the minimum value should be 1. Let's see if we can get the right shape. Yeah, I guess I just hate it because I'm pretty I'm pretty trusting that they're gonna. I believe they're going to pick up most of these attributes over time and stuff. And if I go out of my way to throw in a UI kit component, I won't get any of the kind of basic upgrading they do with it. So I just let it go. Okay. Yeah, this is a quarter half. I mean, I'm 50 is probably not the right value. 1 3/4, 1 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2. Yeah. Let's see if we can break this up a little bit. Leading 48. I don't know, is it going to be symmetric? Okay, well that's looking better. No, that's not. So I want the thumb right on the center of it. Oops. Before. And it is stepwise. 3/4. 1 is already a little behind. And that's a lot behind. Let's make it symmetrical first. Okay, I think that's acceptable. Okay, well, let's just plate does not be less than 1. Yeah, I think that's what we should do. Okay, yeah, we can do it in here, right? Is Willset able to reject it? I don't remember the rules. I mean, I think didset can set it back. Yeah, snapshots. Okay, yeah. So didset. is it? Might have to run it to get that. Never quite know what preview is gonna enforce or not. No? How weird. Why is it not doing it? Oh well, let's put something in for that. And my will it did set is not even. Oh, wait, what's? Why is that grayed out? Okay. What? State variable's gonna have dead set. Is this telling me it can never get there? Huh. I have never seen that. Huh. Okay. Apparently you can't do it that way. All right. Did says never called. Okay, yeah, let's figure out unchanged for that. I have to put it down here. Where is that? It's in change of input. That looks right to me. Can I convert value type double to expected argument type? Bound. Slash is pressed as a boo. Yeah, maybe so. Okay. Oh, no. Cannot conform to equal. Cannot convert value type double. Well, let's try it like this. Oh, am I supposed to? Well, formatting's a little goofy. Okay. Oops, gotta hit run. Okay, I don't care about that. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, now it seems blocking it. Yeah, it is flashing, it's trying. Okay, let's see that again. Okay. I can live with that. All right. Let's put this. Oops, that stays up there. Well, that seems like the right formatting. Arguments should be surrounding brackets on a new line. I guess it's asking for this. Opening braces should be preceded by a single space and on the same line as the declaration. Yeah, still not happy. I think this is they don't like They don't like those closure argument lines, confuse it. I think let's try this. I mean, to me, these three lines should be like that. Try it. Okay, I can live with that. Okay. Now, in reality, we'll move that in. Well, we've got a minute here. So, steps in pleat. Let's move this over to designer. Oh wait, let's check this in as a spike, I guess. Okay, and move this over. No, that was supposed to be sets in pleat. I'm going to pull this out and we're going to do it in the class if we can. All right. SettsPerPleat. All right, so nope, still got a problem. Okay, it's not enforcing, but it's picking up the value. Okay. So settsPerPleat. Okay. All right, we do have to do that. I'm not going to worry about the restriction just yet. All right. Yeah, that's my hope. Let's try it. If sets in pleat is less than 0.5. Okay, now that controls the slider. No one's looking at it. Let's rename this. Take away that. See who complains. Right. Okay, so we don't need the as double anymore. settsPerPleat. Should be another. Okay, can't be nil. Taking this out. Okay, again, I'm not going to worry about the format per se. I'll say formatted and oh yeah, it doesn't even blink now. Nice. What I would like to add sometime is something that, like a transparent overlay that reflects that value. Maybe we can do that. Not today. All right, and this went away pretty easily. V-stack. Okay, I'm happy. 6. Oh, I wish that looked more like an entry. 10. Let's make it 20. You only get 5 pleats if you use 2 per pleat. 1.5, you have 7. Yeah, I think once this overlays, if I could squeeze it a little vertically, I'd be pretty happy. I'm not sure why it's so much blank space up here. Okay, well, that was good. I'm happy to be here at the end of the week. I'll next week I want to do some work to get these controls kind of centered above what they're doing here, and get the hip in there, get this centered above. But this is coming a ways. I mean, this is getting there. All right, well, the last time for this week. So next week, Monday, 2 to 4:30 Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Mudshark666. Your input is always invaluable. All right, take care. Bye-bye.